Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another World of Warcraft video. As always, your host, Papatello, bringing you the news and coverage and any type of theory crafting that we always do on this crazy channel. And today's video is basically going to be a theory craft video. However, before we continue, broken headset by the way. Last night I was playing Elden Ring, so you probably was wondering what's going on with there from the following clip.
Character voice. Yo, bro, man. You know what you need to do? You need to get some armor on them cheeks, bro, man.
Fuck that, I'm going naked.
Nah, bro, man. I had to put some armor on, bro. Like, part of this.
However, Elden Ring is one of my favorite games. This is my 4th playthrough. I'm doing like a naked challenge run right now, and we're just buffing our sword pretty much. I think I might go after the Nagibaka. I used to play Elden Ring a lot and do TikTok creation content on Elden Ring, so I'm really excited for the DLC and preparation for that. So I'm really hyped for that. Check us over on the twitch.tv, Hello Jtello. We stream Wednesdays, Saturdays, and Sundays. So I'll be saving my run for those 3 days, and we'll just be playing like through the main bosses. And I think we're at the Lendo capital right now, so you can check us out there. Also, before we continue today's video, thanks to the following link, Rested XP. If you guys like the channel and you support the boy, give a shout out to Rested XP. My referral code is in the bottom below. And much love to you. I appreciate it. If not, just subscribe to the channel, like the video. That's all I care about. Thank you guys. However, though, in today's video, we're talking about World of Warcraft and Season of Discovery. This is basically the week before any possible teaser news that might come out from the Season of Discovery development team on Twitter. If they announce anything on Wowhead, I'm very curious to see what they have to say, because this is a very important week if we get news about PTR update, because this PTR is a very big make it or break it situation for the future of Phase 4 and Season of Discovery classes in general, and how they will approach to the player base and say, hey, listen, we're listening to you guys, we'll hear you guys out, we want to add some things to these classes, and let me know what you guys think about this so we can make the following adjustments. So this is a big opportunity as, you know, a development team to really reach out to the player base, including myself as well, because, you know, I'm a part of that player base, content creation aside, just a fucking average player at the end of the day. So to really get people wanting to come back to Season of Discovery, and you know bring the hype back to Season of Discovery in general, because obviously it's going to get natural hype, you know, for SOD. No matter what, people are going to want to play it when a new release comes out. That's something that always happens with any game. Any new release is always going to get an initial hype, but this PTR is very important to see how that hype is going to go about, because we have to see what they're going to be doing with each individual class and spec, and how they plan to improve things to make them better within PvP, just their class rotations in general, etc., right? So I'm really happy that we're getting something like this, because I think it's healthy for the game before an initial release of something to put a PTR out, something that they should have done, of course, with Sunken Temple before, you know, Phase 3 even released. They should have had a PTR in general for all phases, in my opinion, because I think that's just healthy to, you know, test things out, make sure they work, and see what the community reacts upon and thinks about it before you actually publish something out. So that's just my opinion, but I'm really looking forward to a lot of changes and how they're going to improve a lot of different classes and specs to make more classes, like, you know, the players behind those classes have their fantasies, you know, for that class come true. You know, for a lot of classes, people want to see, you know, better, you know, the dot-based classes have improvements, you know, seeing Affliction Warlocks come online, how they would balance out Shadow Priests. I know Shamans would like to see Resto Shamans get better. Two-hand enhancement Shaman. That's a twist on words right there. To see that come online. I know Paladins would love to see, you know, our seals and auras and stuff like that. And I know there's other wishes for like mobility and stuff like that, but you know, I'm just talking about in general. Holy Paladin get a lot more love, etc. Maybe some deep prot, really true deep prot support. In general, I would love to see a lot of things with Paladins. You guys know I'm a Paladin guy. I love to do that stuff. Warriors, I know Warriors would like to see maybe some new options for rage spending abilities, maybe possible new different style of mobility options. And I'm sure they're going to probably add more natural tank support to Warriors. They've been, obviously, with the Gladiator stance, they've been really pushing this Warrior tank stuff. So I'm very curious how they're going to give more love to, you know, all of the specs in general of Warrior. I used to love Arms Warriors, so Arms was my shit back in the day during TBC era. So I'm really curious to see how they're going to, you know, treat love to Warriors. Rogues as well, you know, maybe improve on Rogue tanking, maybe improve on Rogue AoE in general within PvE alone. So I'm very curious to see how they're going to handle more Rogue-based stuff. I'm wondering if there's any other classes. Oh yeah, Druid. Druid. How can I forget about the Druid? Much love to the Druids out there. I'm really curious how they're going to treat Druids too, improving on their tanking, and also bringing feral Druids back online, because I feel like out of all of the 3 specs, I feel like feral Druid right now is kind of at this weird spot where like they deserve more love. And I know obviously you can't like say, oh, we give them too much love, they'll become broken. That happens with any class in any spec. But I think in general though, giving feral Druids a spot in, World of Warcraft, and giving them a nice area where they're like, they feel comfortable with the damage they're doing, and you can be happy with bringing a couple Druids to your raid, because obviously, they have battle reses, right? And they bring wild strikes, and they bring a lot of different stuff, even, just other specs of Druid in general. The Druid class is a phenomenal class to bring a part of your raid core. They bring a lot of different things, from boomkins to your spell crits, right? To, feral Druids to wild strikes, etc., right? Leader of the pack, all these other amazing, I know, Omen of Clarity. There's a lot of badass things that Druids in general bring, right? And there's a lot of good assets on that table. But in general, though, I would love to see feral Druids really make that comeback that I think they so rightfully deserve. I'm trying to think of any other specs. Mages, I think Arcane Mages, I would like to see them really, really come back, because they are extremely low on the meters. I think they're one of the lowest damaging specs in the game. I know they're mostly used for healing right now, totally understandable, but I would like to see either more healing options added for Arcane Mages to improve on that healing as well, and also more damage-based things to have arcane damage be something that's viable. Now, that's basically just like stuff I'm talking about in a nutshell. I don't know if I skipped over any other class. Forgive me if I have. I'm just, my brain's totally going 90,000 miles per hour because I've been playing so many different games lately and just having a good time in general. So that's a small little life update for you. But I'm very excited, though, to see what they're basically going to approach. And I really hope, honestly, for this, even if mistakes happen and, there's some things that we don't like in the PTR, in my opinion, that's a good thing, because we can address that. It gives us time for discussion. I love when, we find something that's not right. This way we can correct it and tell them, this is wrong. And then, obviously, they can go upon a fix and, correcting the issues. So I'm looking forward to any bugs, any problems with this PTR when it comes to certain classes. Hopefully they can address certain things, but I'm also looking forward to a lot of positives and saying, wow, that's really cool for that class. Oh, okay, that's a nifty idea for that individual spec, etc. And I'm really excited to see the future of where they're going to go about within making this potential PTR be one of the better things they have done in a long time. So that's basically what I have to say for the PTR, the classes, the changes, and stuff like that. Now, on a further note, switching to another discussion, I'm really curious on when we're going to also see a potential data mine. It's been a long time since we've seen any data mines with Season of Discovery. I remember I used to cover videos on my channel, and I would give a disclosure, data mine, if you don't want to click the video, don't click the video, right? Because I don't want no spoilers happening for anybody. But I'm really curious to see when are they going to put out a data mine on Wowhead, and it hasn't been happening at all. So things have been tightly wrapped over there at Blizzard, and they are really keeping this, Season of Discovery stuff on hush-hush until they push something out this month. Now, hopefully this week, right? But, any type of news in general. But I'm very curious to see any type of data mines that happen either before the PTR gets announced, further stuff that we haven't seen in the PTR, maybe after. So I'm really curious when that Wowhead article is out. And as always, your boy will be covering that once that happens, because that gives us a general idea as well where they're heading with, the future of Season of Discovery. And the one thing I noticed too is that I noticed they said, oh, you can't believe everything's on the data mine. You can't believe that everything you see in the data mine to be true. But to be honest with you, majority of the data mine, and I'm sorry but my chair's squeaking, let's get some WD-40 on this bitch, alright? So settle down. Editor, I want you to go to Walmart or Home Depot, get some WD-40 pronto. Even for my damn headset, maybe some putty or some super glue. In general though, I think a lot of the data mines that come out are 100% what they're putting in the game. So I'm going to just follow the data mines when they do come out and just take that more with a grain of salt compared to listening what the devs have to say, unfortunately, in this case scenario, because every time a data mine was out, majority of those abilities were the thing that were in the game. So I think that is the general truth of what things are. So I will say that and leave it at that point, you know, and it's no knock to the devs or anything. I just think, you know, they don't want things to get ruined for the community and for the player base. So I totally understand that. But at the end of the day, if people want to find out information and we see that information from the data mines come true, we know that's going to get put into the game one way or another. So that's enough conversation about that. Overall, though, I'm really looking forward and extremely curious more than anything what these next couple weeks for Season of Discovery are going to be like, as in terms of, you know, any type of news or information. I know a lot of people right now are still leveling up on SOD. There's people still playing Season of Discovery, as much as people saying, oh, SOD is dead in the water. Totally understand that. It's in a, yeah, obviously we know it's in a bad state, but I see players even playing SOD the other day. People are still leveling up around the world. People are still trying to, you know, max out the professions, to get some Sunken Temple runs in, and get a couple more things done before, you know, this month is up, and then we are leading into, you know, next phase. So, yeah, that's really about it. I just wanted to leave that video out there for you guys today, give you a little bit of update information on things I'm very excited for the future about, and go from there. I'm sure we'll be back in a couple more days with more, you know, Season of Discovery news, and we'll talk much more about some things. And then obviously when, you know, the phase is out, we'll more than likely have our daily uploads, and it'll be cranking out content nonstop. So much love to you. Peace to the broken headset. We might as well throw it against the wall. And that's really about it. Keep on keeping on, guys. I really appreciate you. And as always, I'll catch you on the next one. Brought to you by Vapor Rub. You ever had your mom put this on your chest, like, late at night or something? And, like, my mom, she always believed in Vicks Rub. She's like, you know what? Vicks Rub, it'll cure anything. Don't worry about it. You got a sore throat, you're dying, you're gonna get packed up, put some Vicks on it. My mom's crazy, alright? So shout out to Mama Tell. Back up, you will get shot. Random part of the video. You know the deal. Editor, I want that cut out, trimmed out, and set somewhere to Tahiti. Get out of here. Get out of here.